Hello. Today I'm going to talk about the concept of quantum mechanics called superposition, where something can be two things at the same time. This may sound very strange at first, and it is something that many people are skeptical about, but quantum mechanics has tried explaining it with different experiments. One is the double slit experiment. Thomas Young came up with this experiment idea in 1801. In this experiment, it was proven that electrons have both particle and wave-like properties, and this later allowed to see light also had these properties. In this experiment, electrons are fired and have to go through two slits. Sometimes they try it with one, and they land in a wall where they make a certain position that is then analyzed. When they mark a certain position that is then analyzed. When electrons were fired and had to go through one slit, the pattern they formed in the wall just matched the place where the slit was. So, when there were two slits, scientists expected to see the same, but at the two places in the wall. This was not what happened. Instead, an interference pattern was formed, something which is part of the properties of wave. The particles were arranging according to destructive interference and constructive interference. To try and further understand what was happening, physicists tried shooting just one electron at a time and waited to shoot the other one. Surprisingly, the same interference pattern was forming, so they came up with the idea of superposition. The particle had to be going through both slits at the same time and interfering at some point to then create the interference pattern in the wall. This was mind-blowing. This raised a lot of questions because physicists started stating that electrons were both particles and waves at the same time, or neither. To try and explain this better, Erwin Schrödinger designed a thought experiment in which a cat was supposedly placed in a closed box with a bomb, and the bomb had 50% chance of exploding or not. When we opened the box, we would know if the cat died or not. So what he tried to say was that before we opened the box, the cat was both dead and alive, or neither, since we don't know. When we observe, we know what happened, but until we see it with our eyes, the cat is basically in a superposition, in two positions at the same time, dead and alive. This is a short insight into the concept investigated by physicists for a long time. I hope it sparked your interest for quantum mechanics.